Hey everyone, tuning into today's video. We're doing the weekend forecast today. We're going to have a detailed look at the weather for the next 7 days across the British Isles. Or as detailed as we can get, actually. It's going to be a very hard week to pin down in terms of exact detail because we're going to be chasing cloud. Really going to be quite a cloudy week under an area of high pressure. Where the cloud breaks, we'll get some brighter sunny spells coming through, and overnight we could get fog and frost. But pinning down exactly where those cloud breaks are going to be on a day-by-day basis is almost impossible. So just sort of a general theme, really, this week from Weekend Forecast, which is going to be mainly dry and with lots of cloud conditions as well. Before I get on with that, though, just say about the ads. There's links to articles on most pages at gatherlanders.com. Have a browse through widgets, any articles that you're interested in, click through, and you'll be able to go off and read those articles. Thanks so much for doing that. As we're not got a great deal to talk about today, I thought I'd start off with the situation that was going on this day 24 years ago in 1991. Much more exciting chart, this one. A big area of high pressure over Scandinavia, 1,045 millibars. A gale force easterly wind screaming in from the continent, bringing bitterly cold Siberian air. This is the upper air temperature chart that we have this day, 7th of February 1991. It was a bitterly cold day with temperatures not getting much above around -3, -4, -5 for many parts of the country. There's outbreaks of snow moving in from the east through the course of the day. Became quite deep snow. Some places got up to a foot of snow by the time we got through to the 8th of February. And yeah, that's the last really severely cold sort of easterly spell that we've had in this country. We haven't bettered that since then. Of course, we got the severe spell in December 2010. That's mainly northerly based, but we haven't really, for an easterly, haven't really bettered the situation that we had this day 24 years ago. If you want to see more about the big freeze of 1991, February 1991, do check out the historic video that I did on Christmas Day. You can get to that from the top menu bar on the top of the page. Look for the category historical weather, click on that, it'll take to the page that has all the historic videos on it, or the links to them, and then select 1991, and you'll be able to go off. It's the last video I did on Christmas Day. You'll be able to go off and read about that and see about that. It was a very severe spell, but we're not going to have anything as interesting or as exciting or as severe as that this week, because the high pressure is just going to be sitting around into the west of the country rather than being up over Scandinavia and bringing in an easterly wind. So we've got a 1,045 millibar area of high pressure sitting just west of the country today, bringing down a lot of cloud across England and Wales. Brighter skies will be moving into Scotland and Northern Ireland, and those will tend to drift southwards into parts of Northern England, Wales and the Midlands by the end of the afternoon. But really, England and Wales keeps it quite cloudy throughout today. Temperatures are recovering from the cold weather that we've had over the past couple of weeks. We're going to be struggling up to around 3 to 7, so it's about average, really, about where you would expect us to be at this time of the year. Overnight will tend to keep a lot of cloud across many parts of the country, especially England and Wales. I think the north and the west will have clearer skies coming through at times, so it could be frost there, temperature down to -3, and maybe a few freezing fog patches as well. But further south and east, probably keeping quite a lot of cloud, generally just staying on the positive side of freezing. For Sunday, the high pressure is dominating. Now we're bringing more of a southwesterly into Scotland, so fortune may reverse a little bit on Sunday. England and Wales could get some brighter breaks coming through, whereas Scotland and Northern Ireland may have more and more cloud being dragged in on those southwesterly winds. But a very quiet day, hardly any rain at all. In fact, probably no rain. That's the reason I haven't started with a radar picture today, by the way, because there's no real rain going on, just a few drizzly bits and pieces here and there. But basically, it's a dry day, as it will be on Sunday. And temperatures on Sunday will be up a little bit again on those of today, so maybe up to somewhere like 5 to 8 degrees. Generally around average, and a very quiet day. The quiet weather goes on into Monday with high pressure dominating, so it's going to be a mostly fine day. We'll be chasing cloud around. There could be some freezing fog patches to begin with. If the skies clear overnight, that's probably more likely in the south, actually, on Monday morning. I think the north tends to be cloudy, the south probably getting the greatest risk of some fog and frost. But overall, a lot of cloud coming through again with just limited bright or sunny spells. Temperatures somewhere around 4 to 9, something like that. The high pressure is in there as we go through into Tuesday, so no real change. I think going to have a lot of cloud underneath that high pressure, limited bright or sunny spells, maybe a few fog patches if the skies are clear overnight Monday into Tuesday. Temperatures again around average at 4 to 9. And it's ditto as we go through into Wednesday. The high pressure still goes on. It's a little bit more to the east, so we may bring in some slightly drier air off the continent, which could allow the south and the east to brighten up a little bit. But overall, a lot of cloud again on Wednesday with very dry conditions, really quiet weather going on. Temperatures again 4 to 9. We get through into Thursday, and look at that, it just goes on. The high pressure first continues, so it's dry and fine. Lots of clouds, some bright or sunny spells. If skies, if skies clear overnight again, there could be some fog and frost, but I think that will be quite patchy in nature, really, because we'll have plenty of cloud underneath this area of high pressure. And there's no change into Friday. The high pressure's there in across the country, so very quiet and dry, fine conditions continuing. Lots of cloud underneath high pressure with limited bright or sunny spells. And spot the difference as we go into next weekend. If this was summer, this would be a really hot spell of summer weather, really dry, really hot. But because it's winter still, we're stuck with cloud. The low cloud is going to be underneath this high pressure, and we haven't really got the strength in the sun to get rid of it. So again, I think as we go into next weekend, we're likely to keep a lot of cloud under that high pressure, which will prevent frost being too severe. If the skies break, if the cloud breaks, there could be some frost and fog under the clear sky, but I think the overall issue will be one of cloud. But very dry, hardly any measurable rain across the country throughout the course of the coming week, and that is quite unusual for at this stage of the winter. Finally, having a look at the charts from the Weather Outlook. Now, these aren't going to be that useful this week, I'm afraid, because they're not really going to be able to pick up on the low cloud. So where you see these sunny spells coming through, and it looks like it's quite a nice day, you have to factor in that there's a lot of cloud that's going to be limiting the sunshine. But you will get the idea as we run through that it's going to be very dry, because there we are for Saturday, and it's a dry day, mainly with a lot of cloud across the country. Maybe a little bit more in way of sunshine coming through in the south on sunny, but I think the north will turn a bit more cloudier. Get through to Monday, on into Tuesday, on into Wednesday, on into Thursday, on into Friday. All days are the same, which is that it's mainly dry. Will be some sunny spells going through, but I think this is overdoing the sunshine. I think there'll be much more in way of cloud plaguing us throughout the course of the coming week, but very dry. So in summary, well, high pressure is dominating. It has been to the north, giving us the cold weather. It's now over the country, and it's in for at least the next week. So it's going to be dry and fine. Lots of cloud underneath high pressure. Will be some sunny spells coming through on a day-by-day basis, and if skies clear overnight, there is the risk of frost and fog, but overall dry, fine, but a lot of cloud. That's it for now, and thanks for watching.